important story as JSW Infra gears up for its Dalal Street debut. My colleague Yash Jain spoke to Arun Maheshwari, who is the joint managing director as well as the CEO of the company, and began by asking him about the company's Capex and debt repayment plans. Let's listen into this conversation.
Out of this total 2,800 crore rupees, we have a partial gets into the debt repayment, about close to about 880 crore rupees. And 1,200 crore rupees goes towards the Capex plans, what we have already identified, and we are going ahead with that. And balance remains the general corporate purpose. So this is how we have defined it.
Okay. As far as debt repayment is concerned, the last disclosed number, I think the net debt showed at about 2,800 crore rupees. With the sort of repayment that about 880 crore rupees that you mentioned, where does the debt go to? If you could explain to us that, and what does the finance cost then accordingly reduce to that you've been doing?
So I believe the number what you are reflecting 2,800 rupees net debt is as on December 22. Okay. As on March 23 number, it was close to about 2,200 crore rupees, of which about 900 crore rupees we pay out of these proceeds. And there has been a general corporate purpose which will be lying in the books, and for the free cash flow what we are generating in the last 6 months will be remaining in the books. So we will be virtually net debt free post the IPO.
Correct. You spoke about identification of certain assets. I think you identified about 3-4 assets which you've placed your bids for. What's the size of these 3-4 assets, the bid amount that you'd be putting together? And in terms of capacity, how much does it add to your existing capacity in that sense, if provided these 3 or 4 assets are to be included?
So whatever bidding we have done, I believe the total addition of the capacity, assuming all 3 we win, then it could be a decent, almost about 10 to 12% of the addition of the capacity would be there from the existing ones. And the Capexes would be close to about 2,000 crore rupees from this for the new biddings.
For the new bidding. By when do
provided we win.
Correct. By when do we see, the outcome
that's a long process within the government. So it has to have several credentials before the bids are open.
Okay. I want to speak to you about, the capacity that you're putting right now. The installed capacity, 9 months FY23, that stood at about 153 MTPA.
Yeah.
Next 2 to 3 years, with the kind of greenfield, brownfield plans that you have, how do you see that capacity moving? What number are you seeing for yourself as far as the installed capacity is concerned?
So as on March 23, what the numbers for you are reflecting is December 22 is about 158.4 million tons. Our CAGR of growth of the last 20 years has been close to 22% on the volume side. And I think we would like to maintain that. Our growth has been 40% in the last 3 years, FY21 to 23. But since we became very Capex heavy in the last 3-4 years, that's why these results are very high. And we would like to retain this momentum, given the opportunity, given the acquisition opportunities are there, or bidding terminals are there, or brownfield expansions are there. We would like to maintain this kind of growth, but then it depends upon what kind of opportunity comes our way. So these are the ones.
Are there enough opportunities for pure greenfield acquisition, not just adding more to the existing ports, but are there significant opportunities for pure greenfield acquisition? And are you right now on the lookout for such acquisition?
Oh yes. As I said, India has only 12 major ports and about 30-35 non-major ports which are operational. There are several other 200 about non-major ports, but then the functional were about 30-35 ports are there, and good enough opportunities are there.
All right, that is the management of JSW Infra. Their IPO has opened, but with that, it is time for a short break on the show. There's lots more news and updates that we're tracking on the other side, so stay with us.